Before we set up the lighting for path tracing, let's first organize the outliner. I'm going to select all these point lights and let's move them to a different folder. I'm going to rename this folder as artificial lights. And I think I should select this light. Let me press F to focus. And I think I should place it just about there. Let's see. Perhaps maybe a little bit over here. Yeah, I think now it looks good. Okay. So I'm going to now just move this folder to the folder of night scene for Lumen. And let's select these artificial lights again. I'm going to press Ctrl D to duplicate them and move them to a different folder. Let's rename this folder as artificial lights as well, but this one is going to be for path tracing. Okay, so I'm just going to move this folder to the folder of night scene for path tracing. Let me hide this one. I'm going to close this folder and close this one as well. And before we go ahead and do the side-by-side comparison, I think we should first adjust the position of the directional light. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this folder. I'm going to select the directional light and let me just bring up the details panel. I'm going to copy the rotation and I'm going to open up this folder, night scene for path tracing. I'm going to select this directional light and paste that rotation in here so that we have this directional light opposite to the direction of camera. I'm going to now close this folder and I'm going to go ahead and close this one as well. Let's enlarge this window, and for the side-by-side comparison, let's take a screenshot. I'm going to now disable this night scene and enable the night scene that I have for path tracing. And I'm going to now open up this drop-down menu to switch to path tracing mode. And let's now give it some time to clear up all the noise so that we can take a screenshot for the side-by-side comparison. Okay, so the noise is all cleared up. I'm going to now take a screenshot and let's do a quick comparison. Okay, so in here we have the side-by-side comparison. I took the liberty of bringing in those screenshots inside Adobe Illustrator so that I can show you the difference. And straight away you can see that perhaps the intensity of fog is a little bit too much for path tracing. With Lumen, you can see that the fog is not just that intense, but with path tracing, you can see that we have these very obvious and noticeable light shafts coming in. And overall, the fog seems to be a little bit thicker with path tracing as well. And secondly, I can see that perhaps the intensity of the point lights around these Minerva assets is also a little bit too much for path tracing as well. For example, in here, you can see that with path tracing, the intensity of the point lights is a little bit too much. But with Lumen, you can see that it is just not that much intense. And we can see that difference in here as well. If you look at this area, especially this one, you can see that perhaps we have a little bit, more bounce lighting. So that is why we have this very good looking indirect lighting in here. But in here with Lumen, let me just bring it somewhere around here so that you can see the difference. But with Lumen, you can see that the bounce lighting is just not that much. So that is why the light doesn't feel that intense. So we'll have to adjust the fog, and secondly, we need to adjust the intensity of these point lights. So let's head back to Unreal. I'm going to first save everything. And I'm going to now open up the folder of night scene for path tracing and select the exponential height fog from here. And let's bring down the intensity to, let's say 0.02 will be a good number, I think. Yeah, I think this one will be good. And secondly, I need to adjust the intensity of these artificial lights from here. I'm going to select the first 4 lights that I brought in for this asset. And I think something is wrong here. Perhaps the intensity of one of the lights is different. The intensity of all the lights is different in here. Let's just select all of them, and I'm going to type in 10,000 in here, and let's see how this thing looks like. Perhaps that's a little bit too low. So let's increase this to 100,000. That feels a little bit too high. So I'm just going to bring this thing down to 50,000. Maybe let's say 80,000. Let's give it some time to clear up all the noise. I think it looks good. Yeah. So I'm going to do the same thing in here as well. Let me just select these lights. We have multiple intensities in here as well. So I think point light 18 is the one which is different in intensity with the others. So I'm just gonna select this one and bring it down to 100,000. I think it looks good. Yeah. And I'm gonna now select these lights. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm gonna select 17, 19, 20, 21, 22. And let's bring this down to 100,000 as well. Yeah, looks pretty good. Okay. So I'm gonna save everything and let's see. Yeah, it's pretty noisy at the moment, but I think it looks pretty good. So that's pretty much it for this lesson, and I'll see you guys in the next one.